Hey everyone, we are still in week 3 in our Deep Fit series today. We are hitting up our arms and our abs. So we're going to be going to lighter reps, heavier weight with our arms. I have 20 pounds, 15 pounds, and 10-pound dumbbells. And we're going to be hitting up 6 to 8 reps is our rep range. But as you have probably, hopefully learned, if you've been with me for a bit, sometimes I may increase depending on how many reps in reserve I have. I kind of really only want about 1 with my heavy sets. And then we're going to be doing 20 repetitions with our abdominal work. Let's go ahead and start on the ground. Curl your toes under and sit back on your heels. Pull your chin back into your chest. Pull your head back. Open the chest. Let your right ear fall to your right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. And go ahead and slowly rotate back and then around. Take your left hand onto the ground to stabilize. Right arm up and over. Get a nice long reach. Right arm on the ground. Left arm up and over. Nice long reach. And then child's pose. Open those knees out nice and wide. Reach your arms super far forward. Sit your hips back. Slide your shoulder blades in toward one another and down the back. And then we're going to come up to our hands and knees and warm up our forearms and wrists. So bring your shoulders really far over your fingertips until you feel a strong sensation, pull, stretch in those wrists, and then just kind of move your hips forward and back. Now, depending on what's going on in your wrists, if you've fallen on them or strained them or anything else recently, you may not be able to go quite as far over the wrist, but you kind of find that position and that place and that phase and distance that works for you. Let's check in with our breath. Get some deep inhales and exhales going. And then we're going to make little circles. So I'm headed counterclockwise first. Doesn't really matter which way you go first, but we'll go both ways. All right, other direction, turn. Okay, and then go ahead and turn your fingertips all the way around to point at your knees. I bring my hands a little bit closer to my knees and then sit back and down, getting a little extra stretch through the back side of that forearm, the underside. Bend your right elbow, bend your left, bend your right, and bend your left. And then we're going to turn those arms around, point your palms up toward your armpits, rotate your elbows in and out and in and out. Lengthen through the back, keep that breath going. Okay, sit back on your heels, shake out the palms, the wrists, the hands. Back to your hands and knees, and we'll get our thoracic rotations. So inhale, bring your right arm up. Exhale, let it drop down. Grab your core. Find that flexion deep into the abdomen. So we have our rectus abdominis. That is kind of more of the topical muscles of the abs sitting on either side of your belly button. Then you have your obliques that are on the side. Then deep inside, you have your transverse abdominis. All right, other side. Those are the muscles deeper on the front side of your abdomen that you use and feel when you're coughing or choking or maybe bracing against being tickled, laughing. So we are going to make sure those muscles are constantly flexed and contracted, supporting the spine and the pelvis. Last one. All right. We're going to finish with some down dog planks. So getting our hamstrings a little bit stretched, pedal out your feet. See if you can hide your heels behind your ankles. You want to push, push, push your ears inside your arms. Slide your shoulder blades down. Grab tight through the abdomen. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Push into your thumb and first finger. All right, draw yourself forward. Tuck your tailbone, bring your shoulders all the way over your wrists, getting a little wrist stretch again. Push into that thumb and first finger. Feel the belly draw in. Deep inhale, exhale, drive back. Take a deep inhale here, and then exhale, drive forward. You do not have to keep your legs straight in your down dog. The goal is to get your butt high in the air. Exhale, push back, and your ears inside your arms with your chest driving back towards your thighs. This is our last one. Grab and tighten through the core. And then we're going to walk our hands back to our feet. All right, grab your hands behind, open the chest. We're going to start off with curls. As always, if you do not have access to heavier dumbbells, heavier weights for our light rep selection, then just do more reps. So we're going to start with just curls. Strict curls, 6 to 8 is kind of our rep range, really 6 to 10, but I would be happy if we stop at 8, meaning that we picked the right weight selection. So open the chest, roll the shoulders back, make sure that the core is strong, your stance is strong, your body is not moving forward or back or side to side. Keep your wrists nice and strong. Control your drop. 6, 7, control. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Pull your belly button back. All right, I got one more in the tank. Perfect. And then we're just hitting up good old-fashioned crunches. So here's the deal with crunches. I want it concentrated, focused. You're not coming up super high off the ground. We want to pack your low back into the ground, finding those deep muscles of the core. And then you're keeping that constant flexion on the abs and just lifting and lowering your upper body. Here's the key, using your abs, using the deep muscles of the core to stabilize. 8, 9. Try to keep that low back pulling toward the ground, the sides pulling and tucking toward one another. Your head is relaxed in your hands. Got 5 to go. Try to keep your glutes relaxed and just use those abs. 18, 19, 20. Beautiful. All right, next up, we're going to go into skull crushers. So I'm going to be using 2 15s unattached for these. I feel like once you get a little bit heavier, you can advance your progressive overload by getting your dumbbells separated, and you don't have to grip such a big bell. So keep your elbows right on top of your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows so that they are perfectly parallel. Your upper arms are parallel. So the elbows like to flare as the weights drop, and we want to keep them nice and tight. There's 5. Keep that belly strong. 6, 8. We're going to get more on this one too. 9 and 10. All right. Next up for our abs, we have an L crunch. All right, so bring your right leg straight up off the ground, left leg straight forward, hovering, tuck and contract into that core, and then just pull your body up using the abs. So please, please, please figure out how to flex and contract on your own. Then move. 16, 17, 20. Whew. Other side. Left leg up, right leg forward. Think about what you're doing. Where are you building the heat? 18, 19, 20. All right. Bring it up. Open the chest. Stretch those abs a bit. Now we're going to get a shoulder fly. All right. Standing tall. I'm going to use my 10s. Shoulders back and down. Just like with the curls, we're going to stay solid. Body solid, stable, still. Just a lateral fly. Getting into those mid delts. But remember, we want that stability from the back. Control on your drop. 8. Chest is up. 9. Oh, that's going to be my number. Back onto our backs. So the burn here is definitely coming into those abs, the topical abs, but we want to find that deep interior flexion, push and pull with purpose, finding that bicycle. 7. Scoop through the belly. 19, 20. Awesome. Okay, one last exercise for the set. I'm going to go back to my 10s. We're getting back into the shoulders. Still building or having that set in the upper middle back first. Now we're going to get a little bit more into the front delt with our bow pull. Row up and then pull back. So it's really, I guess, a fly forward, pull back. That's 2. 3. Keep the chest tall. Control your drop. Try to keep the shoulders right over the hips, right over the heels. 7 and 8. Whew. All right, a little bit different this time. We are going to go deeper into our transverse abdominis that I was talking about. Set your shoulders right over your wrists, knees right underneath your hips, and then draw. Draw in through your pelvic floor, through those transverse muscles on the side. You can even kind of try to tap them, get a little sensory connection. Learning to draw, learning to grab, learning to tighten without movement. So find some breath. Can't be super deep because we're drawing in tight. Pull those elbows back to point towards your knees. Draw, 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 draw. And then release. Okay, set your hands forward just a bit. Grab your glutes, open the chest, squeeze your elbows in, stretch through your neck. Sit back, fingertips towards your knees, stretch those forearms, and then we're going to come back up to our second set, curls. See where we're at this round with our reps? All right, chest is tall, shoulders back and down. Please make sure that you have your set stance. I'm amazed at how many people, when I'm staring right at them and tell them to keep their bodies still let their chest drop as the arms fall down, still let the elbows open out, stay as still as possible. This is 6. Open the arms all the way down so there's no bend left in your elbows. Keep the chest lifted. 10. Keep your shoulders back and down. All right, back to those concentrated crunches. Not crazy intensity at all today, but I love these focused flexion days. So healthy. I hope you're finding other times throughout the day to get just extra movement. Walking, gardening, cleaning, view it as positive. Movement, it all counts. Remember to try to flex even as you're lowering. The chin is staying tucked in. See if you can grab those transverse abdominis still, like we had in our transverse draw. Then the heat is really coming in through that rectus abdominis. 9. Your head is heavy. You're not pulling with your neck. 10. Perfect. All right, skull crushers. If you would like, you can put your hips up into a glute bridge. Elbows stay perfectly aligned right over your shoulders. Control each direction of the move. Keep strong core. 7. Feel those triceps. Grab as you lower and grab as you press. Perfect. All right, we're going to get that L crunch. Okay, so finding that flexion through the core. Left leg is straight up. Right leg is hovering out. Tuck your chin. Try to find the lower portion of your abs. That is a much more difficult segment and area to build. You don't need to come up very high. We just want to focus on getting that flexion, trying to draw the abs down and in. 3, 2, 1, as opposed to protruding out. Tuck them in. Twenty. All right, moving on to the shoulders. Get those shoulder flies, those lateral flies. Shoulders up, back and down. Grab tight through that core. Make sure you're using the shoulders as opposed to the neck. That's my number. Okie doke. Back down, bicycle crunches. Abs are getting fried right along with the arms. Okay, tuck in, find that flexion first. Then push and pull. Run that bicycle. Tighten your belly button down toward the ground. $20. All right. And try for that bow pull. Roll the shoulders back and down. Find that squeeze between your shoulder blades. Lighten your load and just go more reps. If you're finding that it's too much or causes pain on the shoulders, you really need to find that strong back first to hold support for the arms. And done. All right, back to your hands and knees. Wrap your elbows back, grab tight through those transverse abdominis. So it's bracing of the core all the way around. Every time you exhale, you can get a little deeper. Don't take a full breath of air. Focus on those flexions. Focus. Find your pelvic floor. 3, 2, and 1. All right, sit back on your heels. Stretch your shoulders real quick. And we're going to go again, starting off with those curls. Roll those shoulders back and down. Keep that nice tall chest, solid stance. Feel the work, especially as you lower the arms. Keep the chest really tall. 6. Elbows right under the shoulders. Make sure you're not compensating. I think I have 2 more. Good job. All right, back down. Concentrated crunches. Really concentrate on these. So even though we're pulling our upper body up, I want you to see if you can find some heat and awareness in that lower portion of your abdominals. Feel that scoop, that tug, that pull, but no protrusion as much as possible. 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, I'm going to give my 20s a shot here because I could have kept going last time with my 15s. We'll see. Skull crushers, getting into those triceps. If you find that you're struggling with any elbow pain, we need to adjust. We need to build a little bit better in the shoulders and upper back. Try not to push through it. Stretching the forearms a little more could help. 3. I gotta watch my left elbow here. 6. Keep it in those triceps. 7. 7's the number. 7.5. All right. Gonna get that L crunch. Tuck that low back into the ground. Find those legs extended. 1 up, 1 out. Little itty bitty crunches, little pulses here. Flex your feet back. Ah, 20. Those are those little small but mighty. Okay, other way. Other leg forward, other leg back. All right, shoulders. We're going to do our lateral flies. Open chest, strong core. And everything set up and lined up. Shoulders backing down. So even if you don't get quite as high on your fly, it's okay. Just keep your back flexed together. Eight. All right, bicycle crunches. Bring it on down. Rest your head in your hands, push and pull. Keep that low back pulling toward the ground, driving in. 19, 20. Focused on those abs. All right, we're going to get that bow pull. So more for the fronts of the shoulders. Strong, healthy shoulders. Find your stance, shoulders backing down. Keep the chest nice and tall. Fly and row. Pull that elbow out wide. Can barely keep that arm up there. All right, now we're going to get that transverse draw. Spreading those fingertips wide. And then contract. Contract, contract. You have to bring the heat. And then what you're feeling here, hopefully eventually you can get there. Feel that heat, that draw. This is what you want to keep when we're in our bear pose, plank pose, our bird dog. I knew those were the wrong animals. Draw it in. Find that flexion, traction. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, sit back on the heels. Reach your arms forward. And let your forehead tap to the ground. Awesome job. All right, go ahead and slide back. You're going to take your right hand and pull it to the left side of your hip. Open through the chest, roll the shoulder back, and then take your left ear to the left shoulder. Feel that stretch across the front of the shoulder. Let your head tilt back a little. Get really tight through those scalenes on the neck. We tilt our chin forward a lot throughout the day, looking at our phones or whatever else. So we just stretch this a little more. Okay, grab your left wrist, draw to the right side, right ear to right shoulder, relax through the left side of the shoulder and the neck, and then let your head drop back. Open the chin away. Just feel how we don't think about that, but those tight muscles can creep up into the jaw, ears, affect everything else. All right, go ahead and let your forehead drop to the ground. Your butt's going to be up off of your hips, hopefully, if your head and neck can support. Grab your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and then see if you can let your shoulders pull back and the hands drop forward over the top of your head. Make whatever little adjustments. Settle on that head wherever you would like, but you're holding flexion in that core still. Gently rock your arms left and right. So your right shoulder will drop toward the ground, the left shoulder will rise, and then left shoulder drops toward the ground, the right shoulder will rise. All right, push yourself up and bring your right leg forward. Tuck the hips under, slide in, take that left arm up and over. Feel that stretch through your left side. And then sit up tall, put your right hand behind your left elbow. I'm going to stretch your tricep here. Push the back of your head into the arm, pulling your chin in. So again, a little bit of head and neck alignment here. Draw the core in a little bit. You want to make sure you're not collapsing into your low back. And then we'll go ahead and get the hamstring. Always good to get the hamstring. Deep inhale, open the chest. Exhale, let your chest drop forward. Oh, feels so good. Okay, let's hit up that other side. Left leg forward, tuck the hips, right arm up, and then lean. Stay relaxed through the neck and the shoulders for now. And then come up to seated. Bend your elbow. Place your left fingers just above your elbow. Pushing those fingertips down the spine a little deeper, stretching the triceps. Tuck the hips, engage the core, and then tuck the chin and push the back of the head into that arm. All right, we'll release. Bring those toes up and forward. Drop the left hip. Pull the right hip forward a little bit. Pull the chest towards your toes. Like I said, not super intense. If you'd like to add another round of arms, go for it. But sometimes it's nice to have a lower intensity day. Let's go ahead and rock down so that we're coming front and center with a wide base of support. Leaning over the legs. See if you can get your elbows to the ground. Just a little flexibility check in here. Pull your kneecaps up. Feel the rib cage expand. Open the mouth and let everything go. Slowly lift. Walk your feet together. Grab tight through the belly. So big toes together, heels just slightly apart. Grab through the belly. We're going to bring our arms all the way up. Feel that big, big inhalation. And then exhale, one more. And then release. I hope you're doing your decompression breaths that I sent for you this week. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Stand tall. Enjoy those strong arms. See you soon.